Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. Good morning, Jenna and Jay.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Dark roast, pumpkin spice, not our names. Just saying.
What we need right now, though.
We need that right now. The coffee, the hot chocolate.
And not just to stay awake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
To keep us warm.
It's a chilly one out there. I said 48 degrees. That's what I looked down and I saw, and that was, in the car this morning. It was cold. So heading out, bundle up the kids.
It was 48
this
when you were
morning.
driving in?
Yeah.
But that's relatively balmy compared to right now.
Oh, wow.
So we actually beat the colder air.
Yeah, so I should feel good about this
Yeah,
thing.
you should feel good about it, Jen.
Okay, not...
See, that's me, Mr. Positivity.
There you go.
I do what
We
I
like
can,
it.
okay? PHL 17 Skycam. Commodore Barry Bridge out in Chester. Beautiful Delco. Only the best people come from Delco. You'll hear from one in just a second. Let's talk about these present temperatures across the region. Yeah, Jen was saying 48 degrees, 44 in Philly right now. And look up toward Allentown and Reading and Lancaster. We got low 40s there, so it is... Well, it's chilly out there. Let's talk about the almanac for the day. Official sunrise 7:15, sunset 6:17. The average high temperature 66. Nowhere near that today. We're talking low 50s for the high later on this afternoon. The good news is we'll see a lot of sunshine. Here is Futurecast. Clear skies with us off and on through the day today. A couple clouds in there, but otherwise we are clear with a whole lot of sunshine. But again, the chill stays with us, at least for a little while longer anyway. 40s until we get into the afternoon. Only low 50s. That's as high as we get. High temperature later on underneath a lot of sunshine will be, there it is, 52 degrees the high today. 7-day coming up right now. The aforementioned person from Delco. There she is. Jenna Meisner. How's traffic?
Hi, Jay. Born and raised in Delco, and traffic is just perfect there this morning because it's one of the greatest places on earth. Good morning to all of our Delco viewers, but not so great here on the Schuylkill Expressway. So let's head there. The eastbound side, we're watching a crash. Now, normally we see some delays in this area as construction clears. No construction this morning, but that means an accident had to pop up to cause some problems for us. So right near University Avenue, we have a right lane blocked with that crash. Now, we haven't seen any delays just yet. It just happened, so they're sure to develop. But for the time being, just know that is there and it might slow you down just a bit. Jen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jenna. Well, new this morning, a water main break in the city's Fishtown neighborhood has a section of Girard Avenue shut down this morning. Officials say that the 20-inch main burst around midnight. It happened on Girard between Frankfort and Marlboro. And water department officials say that stretch of road could be shut down during your morning rush.
People that take SEPTA should check SEPTA's website for any detour information. The trolleys are going to be affected around here lately, some bus routes. So we recommend that people check the SEPTA website to, find out if their bus or trolley is going to be interrupted.
Well, officials say that water pressure has returned to most businesses in the area, and at last check, at least 2 businesses were waiting to get their water turned back on. Also new this morning, a 10-year-old girl is shaken this morning after someone hit her with their car as she got off of her school bus in Exeter Township. Now police are looking for whoever was behind the wheel of this red SUV at the time. Investigators say yesterday that car blew through the bus stop sign and hit the little girl as she tried to cross the street. The car kept on going. That little girl is expected to be okay, fortunately. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Philadelphia police say the number of car thefts in the city is rising, and authorities think it's only going to get worse. PHL 17's Kyrie Stewart joins us live along City Avenue and tells us why. Kyrie.
Well, Jen, so here's the problem. Police say that the victims usually on their way to work or school, and they decide to stop at a gas station like a Wawa or Sunoco. They run inside, and you'd think it would be common sense to grab your keys out of your car before you run inside. Well, police say that that's the issue, that they're leaving their cars running and they're leaving their doors open, and they said that that's all it takes to become a victim of car theft. Now, as of this week, Philadelphia police said that there have been more than 4,500 reported car thefts year to date, which is up 6% from 1 year ago. They said that 25% of those thefts are because someone's keys have been lost, stolen, or left inside of their car, and they think it's going to get worse now that it's getting cold outside, and of course many people want to leave that heat running in their cars. Now, police say that thieves like to watch and wait, and it only takes them seconds to jump inside of your car and drive off. And investigators say that once they take your car, they usually use it to commit other crimes such as robberies and burglaries. Now, people I spoke with said that it's crazy that drivers would do such a thing.
That's no good. You can't leave your keys in the car. I wouldn't leave my keys in my car.
It doesn't make me feel bad because I got my keys right here. But everybody else, they say, I know, and they don't think it's going to happen to them until it does happen. then what are you going to do?
So, what can you do to prevent your car from being stolen? Well, police say that you should know where your keys are at all times. Do not leave your keys in your car while parked outside of your home or outside of a store. And do not leave your car running unattended. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm inside the car. It's running. It's attended. Now, the good news is that police say that they do have a 60% recovery rate. So, they're getting back most of the cars that have been stolen, but of course nobody wants to go through the trouble of having their car stolen or coming outside of a store and not seeing your car there. That's not a great feeling. So they're hoping that most people take this advice as it gets colder outside, and if you have to get out of the car, just take your key with you. Reporting live here in Philadelphia, Kyrie Stewart, PHL 17 Morning News.
Great reminder, Kyrie. Thank you. Well, Joey Merlino is heading back to jail. Yesterday, a judge sentenced the former Philadelphia mob boss to 2 years in federal prison on charges related to gambling. The charges included loan sharking, sports gambling, and extortion. Merlino pleaded guilty back in April to avoid a retrial on a racketeering case that ended in a hung jury. Well, David Paulson entered his plea yesterday morning in Jefferson County. The 64-year-old was a Catholic priest in the Erie Diocese for 4 decades until earlier this year. Paulson admitted to repeatedly sexually assaulting one boy and attempting to assault another boy between 2002 and 2010. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office says the victims were 8 and 15 years old at the time.
David Paulson is a priest who preyed on children for his own sexual gratification. He is now an admitted sexual predator and will be registered as a sex offender for a minimum of 10 years.
Well, a grand jury charged Paulson earlier this year while investigating widespread clergy sexual abuse claims. It concluded that 301 priests in 6 Pennsylvania dioceses abused more than 1,000 children over several decades. And a new warning from the CDC this morning: a strain of salmonella that's resistant to multiple antibiotics is making people ill in more than 24 states. That includes Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. The CDC says at least 92 people in 29 states were infected with the salmonella strain. The people became ill after they came in contact with several different raw chicken products, including pet food. Hospitals treated 21 people sickened by the strain. No deaths have been reported. The source of the affected chicken has not yet been identified. And still to come, when you're stuck underground for days, you do whatever you have to do to survive. The incredible story of survival next. Jay.
Jen, we're tracking some very cold air and some frost in the forecast, too. Details when PHL 17 Morning News comes right back.
Traffic on the Go is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
From the start, the C-Class was ahead of its time. Still, we never stopped making it stronger, faster, smarter. Because to be the best is to never, ever stop making it better. Introducing the new C-Class. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer for exclusive offers.
This is what I live for. I rode 65 miles the day before I was diagnosed with cancer. Republicans voted to take away protections for people with pre-existing conditions, people like me. And Tom MacArthur took over $400,000 from drug and insurance companies and wrote the healthcare repeal bill. My daughter was 9 when I was diagnosed. This is what I live for and what Republicans voted against.
I'm Andy Kim, and I approve this message.
Former Vice President Joe Biden and civil rights leader Jesse Jackson were among the 2018 winners of the annual Freedom Award. The award was held yesterday at the Orpheum Theater in Memphis. Now, the honorees are lauded for their work in the struggle for civil and human rights. While when accepting the awards, both honorees spoke about the current tone in the country.
Once again, we need your renewed commitment to civil rights and civil justice, because much of what you fought for and I played a small part in fighting for, and much of what you accomplished is under siege now.
Well, Pitt Hyde was also honored during the event. The evening ended with a tribute to Aretha Franklin. And White House officials say Counsel Don McGahn has left the Trump administration. It is the latest in a string of high-profile departures. McGahn was reportedly planning to leave, but a source told CNN his departure was expedited after President Trump picked Patrick Cipollone to replace him. It's now 5:10. Well, some call it the security force of the future. A new fleet of robots has already hit the streets of New York. Their goal, to keep the streets safer. But as Clark Foraker tells us, not everyone is crazy about the idea.
Meet Rosie, the security robot, using the same technology as a self-driving car to patrol the sidewalks of Lefrak City in Queens.
This is a crazy combination of artificial intelligence, self-driving autonomous technology, robotics, analytics, in something that is actually useful for society.
The company has built its 3 robot models in the United States and is introducing them to customers inside a new showroom at 47th Street and Lexington Avenue in Manhattan.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't really think much of it. I didn't even know what it was. I just thought the thing was just patrolling around.
They're also deployed at LaGuardia Airport. Each robot has 5 security cameras, 4 of which help it see things. The 5th one collects thermal imaging data. All of the information going into an internet-based portal that helps local security forces on the ground.
You just can't keep adding more people. Oh, and we're just keep adding more vehicles and more officers. It's just not going to happen. Like, society literally can't afford this.
The robots are able to observe people walking on sidewalks, record license plate numbers, detect heat and objects, and see which cell phone serial numbers are within a designated patrolling area. Nightscope says the data is secure and only seen by the agency controlling the robot. They can stop it and tell it what to look for. Of course, privacy concerns abound.
People could just reboot it or something.
I think this place needs security.
Lee grew up in Queens and says the 9/11 attacks began his thinking about how to improve security across the country.
I'm still really upset about it. We're starving for new technology to try to alleviate the problem.
From city streets to corporate campuses, Lee says the security team of the futures helped agencies catch an accused sexual predator, robbery suspect, and vandal in the act. The company says it costs between $6 and $12 an hour for a new robot to hit the streets.
Okay.
So how long before robots replace all of us?
Well, we already have robotic cameras. I had to do it like that.
Yeah.
Robotic
you have
cameras.
to do a little bit of the robot with it.
So, I don't know.
But
everybody feels differently about this.
Yeah, we always talk about this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? It's hard to...
Artificial intelligence and all of that, it's coming, it's here, so,
I wish I had the robot on the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Remember? What's her name?
I like
Rosie?
the dog Elroy. Right? Was that the...
No, that's Astro.
Oh, Astro.
Okay,
yeah.
George.
George, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, you got to get this straight. But in the meantime, the one thing we do have straight is that it's cold.
It is cold, yes. There's PHL 17 Skycam. Is that camera robotic? It probably is. Center City, Philadelphia this morning. That's what we're looking at. Still lit up all nice in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is a cold morning out there, friends. Yesterday, it felt cold because of the wind, but it was actually a seasonable day. We had temps in the mid-60s, just 1 degree off the average high. Low temperature, pretty much where we should be for yesterday. Today, no, well below where we should be. Right now, we've got 44 degrees and clear skies, humidity 49%. The winds are calm, though, as we step outside, but yeah, it is cold. Weather scan 17 shows clear skies overhead, a lot of cloud cover down to our south, but we've got the clear skies. We'll see a nice amount of sunshine today. Let's show you that. With our future cast, we see no cloud cover whatsoever as we get through the day today. Well, maybe a little bit of clouds here and there, but overall, it's a mostly sunny day, and it's a dry day as well. It's a dry night tonight, and it's a dry day tomorrow. A little bit warmer tomorrow compared to today. Today, about 15 degrees or so below where we should be. Bus stop forecast for the kids. They'll need the jacket too. Sunshine and 42 degrees as the kiddos head off to school. Our official forecast for the day goes like this. Mostly sunny skies. We hit 52 for the high temperature tonight. Clear and chilly, 38 in the city, and down toward the freezing mark in some of the burbs. We're talking a frost advisory for parts of the region overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then for tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 61. Here's your 7-day on 17. Rain on Saturday morning should be gone by the time Temple football kicks off at the Link. Eagles and Union playing in some chilly conditions on Sunday. 54 Monday, 59 Tuesday, and 55 on Wednesday. You know what? You can have your robots, but I know one person who is irreplaceable. There she is, Jenna Meisner. Jenna, how's traffic?
Hi, Jay. Good morning. Traffic not too bad. I have an update for this crash we were watching earlier on the New Jersey Turnpike. Now, the accident is all cleaned up, but it left behind some damage. So now we're dealing with emergency construction on that northbound side as you approach the Black Horse Pike. So the accident actually was off to the shoulder, but this construction now has to take out a right lane. So as it is early, not too many folks on the Turnpike just yet, but as you head towards Mount Holly, I have a feeling there is going to be a delay if this sticks around for a while. Now, right now we're looking good, about 17 minutes. But again, if they continue to block that right lane, we're going to have some problems. And also a problem still on Route 55 northbound. An accident there left behind an overturned vehicle. So that's right near Route 553 in Mantua here. And all lanes continue to be blocked. Luckily, police, they're letting the shoulder squeeze by. We're already seeing some delays. You can see about 16 minutes from Route 322 to the 42 freeway. Jen, back to you.
All right, Jenna, thanks. Well, now that Canada has legal marijuana, U.S. customs agents are warning Americans looking to go north to get high. It's still illegal on a federal level here. That means that transporting it across an international border is illegal. In places like New York, where medical marijuana is legal, even if you have a license, you can't bring back weed. And a man in Arizona is back above ground this morning after spending 2 days trapped in a gold mine shaft. On Monday, 62-year-old John Waddle fell into the 100-foot shaft, and not only did he go 48 hours without food and water, but he also fought off rattlesnakes until rescuers were able to reach him. Well, crews were able to pluck him from the mine yesterday using a pulley system. Officials say that he broke multiple bones, but is expected to be okay. Very lucky. Well, your favorite fast food burger joint could be causing your body to resist antibiotics. Meredith Wood has more details in today's Health Minute.
Possibly some bad news for burger junkies. Most of the top fast food burger chains in the U.S. failed the latest antibiotics report card. In fact, of the 25 fast food restaurants graded, 22 of them received Fs, 1 got a D-. Shake Shack and BurgerFi were the only 2 places to receive A's. The report card from a coalition, including the Natural Resources Defense Council, was released Wednesday, and it graded restaurants in 3 areas. First, whether or not they stopped using antibiotics in their beef or if they plan to stop. 2, how the companies were implementing those plans. And 3, whether or not claims by the companies of their antibiotic use is true. According to the report, using antibiotics in livestock contributes to antibiotic resistance in humans, and that can lead to superbugs. The coalition behind this year's report hopes it'll spur a positive change in beef production, since a similar report by the Group on Antibiotic Use in Poultry did just that. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
Well, coming up, some people found yesterday's YouTube outage to be a serious emergency. So serious that they actually called the police. We're back after the break.
PHL 17 Morning News is brought to you by PA Leadership Charter School. PALCS makes it possible.
After a long day at school, the last thing I wanted to do was more work when I got home.
Hey, Scotty, do you want to go to the batting cages?
I wish I could, but I have to get this work done.
We decided that we need to spend more time with our families.
The kids weren't being challenged enough in traditional school. Since starting at PALCS, Rainey has become a better reader, and Scotty is jumping leaps and bounds with his math and reading.
Find out what PALCS can do for your child's education.
Washington Republicans found their next yes man, Marty Nothstein. Because Nothstein's a typical Republican who'll rubber stamp their agenda, like gutting protections for pre-existing conditions, cutting taxes for corporations and the wealthiest 1%, and charging older Americans up to $1,500 more for their care, according to the AARP. Marty Nothstein, another typical Republican politician who's not for us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm a concrete mason. I own my own company. I had some severe fatigue, some funny rashes. Finally, listening to my wife, went to a doctor, and I became diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. That diagnosis was tough. Hey, I had to put my trust in somebody.
When I first met Steve, we recommended chemotherapy, and then we did high-dose therapy and an autologous stem cell transplant. Unfortunately, he went on to have progressive disease. I thought that he would be a good candidate for immune therapy. It's an intravenous medicine. It can affect the patient's immune system and unleash it against the cancer.
With chemotherapy, I felt rough, fatigue, nauseous, and with immune therapy, we've had such a positive result. I'm back to working hard. I've honestly never felt this great.
I believe the future of immunotherapy at CTCA is very bright.
The evolution of cancer care is here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency alert system, originating from the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, Harrisburg. This is only a test.
Rideshare service Lyft is going nationwide with its experimental subscription plan designed to appeal to frequent riders. The all-access plan is available for $299 a month and includes 30 rides worth up to each that are $15. Well, that's a savings of $5 per ride, and if a ride costs more, the rider does pay the difference. Unused rides, however, do not roll over to the next month. Well, we told you yesterday about YouTube's global outage on Tuesday night. Well, many people actually called 911, prompting Philadelphia police to put out this tweet. They said, yes, our YouTube is down too. No, please don't call 911. We can't fix it. The outage lasted for about an hour. Well, let's head up now to the newsroom for a check on sports with our Aaron Dolan. Good morning, Aaron. Some exciting basketball games yesterday.
Yes, Jen, the baseball playoffs are really starting to heat up. If the Red Sox in the ALCS and Dodgers in the NLCS win tonight, they will be heading to the World Series. In the ALCS, bottom of the ninth with bases loaded and 2 outs, Astros' Alex Bergman hits to left field. Check out that catch. Red Sox Andrew Benintendi saves Game 4 with an electrifying dive. The Red Sox top the Houston Astros 8-6 and move within a 1 game of the World Series. Boston leads the series 3-1. Both teams face off for Game 5 tonight at 8:09 in Houston. In the NLCS, the Milwaukee Brewers took on the LA Dodgers in Game 5. Bottom of the 6th there, Dodgers' Max Muncy hits an RBI single to left field off Brandon Woodruff. Justin Turner scores. Dodgers took the lead in the 6th and won 5-2. Dodgers lead the series 3-2, and they face off again tonight at 8:39 p.m. Now in basketball, the Philadelphia 76ers will play their first regular season game tonight at home. They tip off at 8 p.m. against the Chicago Bulls. The Sixers are coming off a season opener loss to the Boston Celtics. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are leading the team on paper, while Markelle Fultz continues to make strides to gain confidence on the court. Meanwhile, the Flyers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets at 7 p.m. tonight at Nationwide Arena. And that's a look at the top of your headlines this morning. Jen?
All right, Aaron, thank you. Well, good luck to the Sixers and the Fly Guys tonight. Keep it here, everybody. We've got another check of your chilly Thursday forecast. We'll be right back.
PHL 17 Morning News is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
This is my life. Dad served in the Navy. We lived in 10 homes in 12 years. My mom taught me to love math and science. I became an engineer on an ROTC scholarship. Then, in the Air Force, I prepared for the aftermath of nuclear war. I was COO of a successful startup, a chemistry teacher in North Philadelphia, then led a literacy nonprofit. I'm Chrissy Houlihan, and I approve this message because service is my life. Serving in Congress will be about yours.
Some job boards give you tons of the wrong resumes. That's not smart. Then there's smart. ZipRecruiter finds people with the right skills, education, and experience for your job and actively invites them to apply. So you get qualified candidates fast. That's why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/WPH.
Attractions, and then there's our world-famous on-road attraction, the 2019 GLC. Lease the GLC 300 for just $489 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Too many families are making gut-wrenching choices. Pay the monthly bills or get the health care and prescriptions they need to survive. Why would Marty Nothstein want to go to Congress to take health care away? Create an age tax and end coverage for pre-existing conditions. In Congress, I'll push to let people import cheaper drugs if they need to, and to allow Medicare to negotiate with drug companies for lower prices. I'm Susan Wild, and I approve this message.
Well, check this out. If you don't mind skipping over Halloween, there are some added benefits to decorating for Christmas early. British psychologists say that decorating for Christmas now can make you happier. That's because you're getting excited for the holidays a little earlier. Well, the psychologists say that the bright Christmas colors increase your energy and boost your happiness as well. Jay, that must be why stores put the Christmas decorations out in July now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Annoying to me, but yes.
Yeah, you get your flip-flops and your mistletoe all in one shot these days. That's true. Hey, speaking of the holidays, you know, baby, it's cold outside. We got temps in the 40s, 44 right now in Philly, 41 Allentown, 40 in Reading, and cold weather with us pretty much all day long today. Unseasonably cold weather, only a high of 52, but a nice amount of sunshine today. Now, we've got a frost advisory for parts of the region tonight, way down to 38 in the city, even lower than that in the suburbs, clear skies. And then for tomorrow, we'll see some sunshine again with a high up around 61. Speaking of the holidays, Jenna, you know why it's hard to take SEPTA during the holidays?
Because there's no L.
Have I said that before? Have I told you that before?
Once or twice.
Okay.
I think I've heard it. I've got your jokes on lock
No
here,
L.
Jay. No L, but I believe that story. There's nothing better than walking into my parents' house when it's all decorated and you're home for the holidays. Absolutely love it. Here's that accident I've been talking about on the Schuylkill Expressway. Finally have a picture of it here on that eastbound side. We're right near Girard Avenue. You can see two vehicles there are involved, or University Avenue, excuse me. Two vehicles there are involved, blocking off that right lane. Really not seeing any delays just yet, though. Jen, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Stay with us. We've got a lot more still ahead in our next half hour of People 17 Morning News. Starts after the break.
You don't need to know what torque means, but a test drive will show you how it feels. The Volkswagen Drive to Decide event. Get a Volkswagen with America's best 6-year, 72,000-mile limited warranty. Right now, you can lease a value-packed 2019 Jetta S for just $149 a month or get a $1,000 bonus.
Our nation uses about 800 million gallons of petroleum and petroleum products every day. We use this energy to heat our homes, fuel our cars and airplanes, and provide the feedstock for our nation's manufacturing and agriculture industries. It's in our clothes and shoes, cell phones, computers, makeup, contact lenses, even medicines and life-saving medical devices. Where does it come from? 2.5 million miles of pipeline transport this energy across the country. This is the most environmentally sensitive, safest, and least expensive way to transport the energy we need. At Energy Transfer Partners, our more than 10,000 employees monitor and manage a nationwide network of pipelines built to last, with American materials, American workers, and American ingenuity, bringing energy to families like yours. Visit EnergyTransfer.com to learn more.
This is what I live for. I rode 65 miles the day before I was diagnosed with cancer. Republicans voted to take away protections for people with pre-existing conditions. people like me. And Tom MacArthur took over $400,000 from drug and insurance companies and wrote the healthcare repeal bill. My daughter was 9 when I was diagnosed. This is what I live for and what Republicans voted against.
I'm Andy Kim, and I approve this message.
You're watching Channel 17 this morning. A warning from the Philadelphia Police Department after a major uptick in car thefts around the city. What officials want you to know. Plus, an overnight water main break in Fishtown could affect your morning commute. Channel 17 will get you around this mess. And we are looking live at the skyline from our Channel 17 sky cam. A blast of cold air is moving through the area, but a